Hey, I'm Cameron Tolston. I wanted to share with y'all a pretty life-changing story today. There's 3 lessons that can be learned from this. 1, never take anything for granted. 2, stay optimistic or as optimistic as you can. And 3, find the humor in everything. That's what you gotta do. So last year, my senior year, it was first quarter. I had just gotten my senior ceremony ring. Life was going amazing, and we had a friend's birthday party. And so we all were there, all having a fun time. And that same night, I took a bad fall, and I got sent to the ICU the next day, or sent to the ER the next day, and I was in the ICU for 3 days. It turns out that I had stretched my brachial plexus nerve, which is a really rare injury in the first place, and that caused my arm to be paralyzed for 6.5 months. But originally they were telling me my arm might never heal, and they don't know if I'll ever have complete control of my arm again. Luckily, I got complete control of my arm after a bunch of physical therapy. So when all of that was happening, they gave me steroids, and when I was on those steroids, it made my face swell. It gave me a bunch of acne and a bunch of just emotions, mood changes, and all of that. And so life was going really rough for me because I was right-handed originally, and that's the arm that got paralyzed. So I had to learn how to do everything with my left hand. But now I'm ambidextrous, so that's pretty cool. So that's one of the optimistic points I was talking about. So when I was on those steroids, again, face huge. I was getting comments on it from some of my friends like, hey, your face is getting real swollen, and that would make me really upset or really mad. And the steroids just raised my anger way above than it usually is. So I was constantly getting mad at people. And I missed about 3 weeks of school total just for that. And my second week going into just having one arm, bad news happened with my brother. My brother lost his life. And so that took a huge emotional toll on me. That everything was going crazy. That was my start to my senior year. I was losing it constantly. I was so upset all the time. I was yelling at everyone. But I was able to get past that, or get past as best as most people would think you can get past that. And I finally made it back to school. Everyone knew what had happened. Everyone was being real nice, real generous. And so I was learning that a lot of my friends were actually my friends. Like my girlfriend and my group of friends that I had when this happened are still my girlfriend and group of friends that I have today. So I'm real appreciative of them. And, it was really hard. They were always making me feel better, doing anything they could to make me feel better, buying me stuff. And then it got to the point where we could start making fun of my arm, like make jokes at it all the time. Like me and my friends at school at lunch, we started this Cameron challenge where you would try to eat your whole lunch with just your left hand. You can't use your right hand at all. Obviously, I was the best at that challenge because of the ambidextrousness. And then also went to a couple dances, formals with the one arm. Those were funny, especially when YMCA came on. My friends would lift up my right arm and do the rest of the letter for me. That was always hilarious. And so, yeah, about April was when my arm started coming back and healing fully, and I was so excited. My physical therapists were so excited for me, just all the progress we had made, because my arms are pretty skinny in general, but my arm at the time, it was like really skinny. It's like bone and skin, all it was. And yeah, finished physical therapy, had a huge celebration. I mean, physical therapy kind of got ended a little earlier than it should have, just because that's also when COVID-19 hit and everyone was out of school, everything was closed. So I had to end it earlier than I would have liked to. But my arm still came out fully healed, and they had given me a small chance of that even happening. So everyone was shocked and amazed. So that was, again, a great time. And when I look back on it, I learned a lot from it. It made my life a lot better. So obviously I wouldn't recommend it to anyone else to paralyze your arm for 7 months. But yeah, thank you for listening, and that's it.